What's up, guys? Coach John Wojo here with JW Fitness, answering more questions for you. Today's question: how does walking figure into building muscle? I see everyone talking about walking and getting their steps in, even advice for knee pain while walking. I've started walking every day after being inspired by posts in this group. Why is this helping me? Or what is this helping me with? All right, so a couple things here. Starting from the end and moving back, what is this helping me with? Well, first off, you shouldn't blindly take anybody's advice, certainly not some random fitness group's advice, and start incorporating that into your exercise routine without knowing why you're doing it in the first place. That's number one, all right? So don't be a sheep. Everything you do should have a purpose when it comes to your training program. That's number one. However, getting back to the walking issue, how does walking figure into building muscle? Generally, it doesn't. You're not walking to build muscle. You're not walking because it directly helps you build muscle. You could be walking for recovery. Most people walk and count their steps because it's a way to ensure that you're getting a consistent amount of non-exercise related activity thermogenesis. So the acronym is NEAT. So it's one way to kind of ensure that you're getting a consistent amount of daily activity that is not otherwise considered direct exercise. It's not necessarily planned activity. Although you can go for planned walks and count those steps towards your daily step total, that's all well and good. You could do walking for cardio. Some type of low intensity walking is still good for your health. But generally speaking, like when somebody doesn't schedule walks throughout their day as if it's a workout, but all they're doing is they're trying to aim for a certain amount of steps per day, that is just their way of making sure that they're hitting a consistent amount of activity per day that is not considered exercise. Another reason for it is, and this is true or especially true with competitive physique athletes, it's true for everyone, but especially for competitive physique athletes because they tend to be way more disciplined with their dieting, especially when they're getting ready for a show. And what happens during long periods of extreme dieting is your body will start to naturally stop fidgeting and doing its normal activity. I don't know how else to say it. The words are escaping me right now. But whereas if I had a lot of energy, I'm eating a normal diet, I may get up, walk into the other room, come back, sit down. Oh, I forgot that. I may get up, run downstairs, grab something, come back in. I might think of a project that I needed to start. I'll make a list. I'll run out to the store. I'll come back. While I'm sitting here, I might be playing air drums and messing around. But when you're in a deep caloric deficit and you've been for a long time and you're preparing for a show, a lot of that extraneous activity just kind of stops because your body is trying to reserve its own energy, and you're not always completely conscious of it. So you stop playing the air drums and you think about something's in the other room and you're like, yeah, fuck it. Or that project, you're like, yeah, maybe I'll do that tomorrow. I'll go to the store tomorrow, or I'll ask my wife to do it. And you'll stop with all the extra activity that you might otherwise do if you weren't in such a deficit. And for those people, counting your steps is a way to make sure that you're at least maintaining a certain baseline of non-exercise related activity thermogenesis. So it helps you be more consistent with your calories in, calories out. So I hope that makes sense. Did I answer everything? I believe so. Even advice for knee pain. You mentioned something about knee pain. I'm not a doctor. You didn't mention what type of knee pain. you're going to have to use pain as your guide. If your knee's really fucked up, you're going to have to go see a doctor. That's how I would answer that. Okay. All right. Very unprofessional today. Guys, I hope you appreciate the content. If you do, like and subscribe, and I'll talk to you soon.